Introduction to the public administration. This is what we'll be talking in today's video, the public administration per se. Public administration is concerned with the management of public civic infrastructure, public program. So public administrators work at every level of government, both at home and abroad. They manage NPOs, non-profit organizations, and all interest other groups, special interest groups. Any interest groups that you are thinking of, it comes under public administration. It can be Alcohol Anonymous, it can be physically challenged people group, it can be terminally ill patient groups. You look at it, it can be poverty stricken groups, it can be tribal groups, it can be indigenous groups, indigenous people. So the design and the construction of roads and bridges comes under public administration. Taxation and the financial things also falls under public administration. Let me give you the value of democracy. Democracy refers to the political system in which the interest of people at large prevail. Democracy involves individualism, equality, and liberty. This is what democracy is all about it. Individualism, equality, and liberty. What are we looking? Individuality refers to the idea that dignity and integrity of individual is of supreme importance. Absolutely stated around there. Equality means that each individual has equal claim to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Liberty means that the individual citizens of democracy should have a high degree of self-determination. He, probably she, should have the maximum opportunity to select his, obviously her, own purpose in life and to choose the means to accomplish them. There are three approaches to study public administration: the managerial approach, the political approach, and the legal approach. Remember the approaches to study public administration. The managerial approach, it emphasizes the management and the organization of the public organization, suggests that the management in the public sector is very much like in private sector in that it is primarily concerned with efficiency. The political approach relates to the legislative functions in the government. We are talking about the concern about assuring constitutional safeguards. According to this approach, efficiency becomes less a concern than effectiveness or responsive, if I may say so. So, efficiency is less concern than that of effectiveness or responsiveness. The legal approach is related to the judicial function. It emphasizes the administrator role in applying and enforcing the law in specific situation per se. Contrasting business, the private enterprise, and the public enterprise or administration, there are several differences between public administrations and the business administration. Those are ambiguity, pluralistic decision making, visibility, publicness. So ambiguity is something you cannot camouflage any of your decisions in public administration. It has to be transparent. But in business, probably you can think of hiding your certain of your actions, right? Pluralistic decision making, both in private and in government. The end objective is to remain profitable. But in public administration, pluralistic decision making creeps in. Why? Because it needs to be profitable at the same time, it should be in the interest of the public. How can it happen? Visibility, obviously, the transparency issues and the publicness issue. Ambiguity, most businesses, even those with a service objective, the bottom line profit is a basic measures of evaluating how good the job or the organization is performing. In public organization, where the objective of organization in which one works may be much more ambiguous, and where making or losing money is not the main criteria for success or failure. The mere fact that it is providing services to the required people, to the affected people, to the focused people is what the end objective might become. So pluralistic decision making, what are we looking into it in business enterprises? Decision might be made rapidly by one individual or probably a small group of people. But in public administration, decisions requires input from every quarters, every groups and organization thereby. So it takes longer time to take decision. Remember, you were talking about profitability at the same time, the interest of the focus group that you are serving. Visibility, managers in government seems to operate in much much, remember, government, I'm talking about it, much greater visibility. I spoke about transparency and their counterpart in business organization. Publicness derives from the simple fact that the public manager is pursuing for public purpose and not for self-consumption. So that is what we are looking forward to it. So many students recognizes the vast array of position in government that require training in public administration, while other students might whose interest might lie in technical field such as engineering recognize that at some point of their career their jobs may involve managing the public sector, thereby a business people or merely as a citizen, they are likely to be called to interact with those public organization. A final group of students, a group overlapping with any of the previous three, might simply recognize the importance of public organization, the government process, and the impact of the organization on their day-to-day lives. Well, allow me to see the popular themes in public administration. Remember, these are the popular themes that we're talking about it. One is politics and administration, the underlying value for which a political party might represent. Bureaucracy and democracy, the effectiveness of getting the public machinery working in the benefit of the general public citizen. Efficiency versus responsiveness. It's not how efficient you are, it is how responsive you are is very much been valued in the public domain. Politics and administration. Administration lies outside the proper sphere of politics. Administrative questions are not never political questions. Although political sets a task for this administration, it should not allow itself to manipulate the offices. This is very important criteria. Bureaucracy and democracy, the moral commitment of democracy, can be evaluated by three standards. First, the democratic principle assumes that the individual is the primary measure of human value. Second, democratic morality suggests that all persons are created equal, absolutely equal. And third, democratic moralities emphasize the widespread of participation among citizens in the making of the major decision. This, remember, is vital. So, the value of bureaucracy, besides is what we are looking forward to. We are talking the needs to bring together the work of many individuals in order to achieve the purpose far and beyond the capabilities of a single individual. That's the value of bureaucracy. It's the synergistic effect that comes in. That means 1 plus 1 is not equal to 2, but 1 plus 1 is equal to 11. Second, bureaucratic system were to be structured hierarchically with those that at the top have far greater power and discretion than at the bottom. Third, the bureaucratic organization generally assumes that power and authority flow from the top of the organization to the bottom rather than the other way around. There is a hope that public organization will operate in the most efficient way, possibly getting things done quickly with the least cost to taxpayer. Public manager must be constantly attentive to the demand of the citizen as on when on basis. Types of public manager skills. Three skills: conceptual, technical, and human skill. Allow me to complete it. I repeat: conceptual, technical, and human skill. Conceptual skill is the ability to think cognitively, ability to think abstractively, especially in the manager's concept of the organization. Technical skill is the understanding with the proficiency, with an efficiency of the method, process, technique of accomplishing a task, of getting the tasks not through only machine but also through men. Technical skills. Conceptual skills is how far can you see, visualize the things, have a proper understanding of the environment. Last but not the is least is the human skill. The relationship skill involves the capacity to work effectively as a member of a group, effectively to get things done from others. That is what human skill is all about it. With this, I come to an end of this video. Thank you for watching the same.